you work hard every single day, you earn a decent income. Yet at the end of the month, you look at your bank account and wonder where all the money went. You are not alone. Millions of people face this exact problem, trapped in a cycle where their expenses always seem to match their income, no matter how much they earn. What if the solution to this problem was discovered thousands of years ago? What if ancient Babylon, the wealthiest city of the ancient world, held secrets to building wealth that still work today? The Richest Man in Babylon, written by George S. Clason in 1926, reveals these timeless principles through a series of parables set in ancient Babylon. The book follows Arkad, the richest man in Babylon, as he shares the wisdom that transformed him from a poor scribe into the wealthiest man in the city. These are not complex financial theories. They are simple, practical rules that anyone can follow. Let us explore the core teachings that have helped millions build lasting wealth. The foundation. Start. Thy purse to fattening. Arkad begins with the most fundamental principle of wealth building. Pay yourself first. This is the first cure for a lean purse. Here is what it means. For every 10 coins you earn, save at least 1. Before you pay your landlord, before you buy food, before you spend on anything else, take 10% of your income and set it aside. This money is yours to keep forever. Most people do the opposite. They pay everyone else first. Then, if anything is left over, they might save it. But there is never anything left over. Expenses always expand to match income. This is why people who earn twice as much as you do still feel broke. The principle is simple. Live on 90% of your income. Save the other 10%. Make this automatic and non-negotiable. Control thy expenditures. Saving 10% sounds easy until you try it. Most people immediately protest. They say, I cannot save 10%. My expenses already equal my income. This is where the second cure comes in. Control thy expenditures. Expenses are different from necessities. Your expenses will always grow to match your income unless you control them. Arkad explains that what we call necessary expenses will always grow to equal our incomes unless we protest to the contrary. Here is the solution. Make a budget. Write down the things you truly need. Food, shelter, clothing, transportation. Then write down everything else. You will find that many of your expenses are not necessities at all. They are desires masquerading as needs. The goal is not to live like a pauper. The goal is to distinguish between what you need and what you want, then allocate your resources accordingly. You can enjoy life on 90% of your income if you are intentional about where that money goes. Make thy gold multiply. Saving money is important, but saving alone will not make you wealthy. The third cure reveals the real secret to wealth. Make thy gold multiply. This means putting your saved money to work. Money sitting idle is just money. Money invested is wealth growing. Arkad explains that gold multiplies when it is put to labor. Every piece of gold you save should be an employee working for you. In modern terms, this means investing. Put your savings into assets that generate returns. Stocks, bonds, real estate, businesses. The key is that your money must earn more money. This is how the wealthy build wealth. Their money works for them while they sleep. Arkad emphasizes that the first gold you save is the hardest. But once you have accumulated some capital and put it to work, it begins to multiply on its own. The returns from your investments can be reinvested, creating compound growth that accelerates over time. Guard thy treasures. From loss. The fourth cure is equally critical. Guard thy treasures from loss. Not all investments are wise. Many people lose their savings by chasing high returns without understanding the risks. Arkad warns against investing in ventures you do not understand or with people who lack experience. The principle is this. Before you invest, seek advice from those who are experienced in handling money. Do not take financial advice from your brother-in-law who has never successfully invested. Consult with those who work with money every day and have a proven track record. Also, be skeptical of investments that promise unrealistic returns. If someone promises you will double your money in a year with no risk, walk away. Legitimate investments carry reasonable returns and honest disclosures about risk. Your first investment priority is preserving your capital. Growth comes second. A small, steady return is far better than losing everything chasing extraordinary gains. Make of thy dwelling a profitable investment. The fifth cure encourages ownership over renting when it comes to where you live. Make of thy dwelling a profitable investment. Arkad argues that owning your home has multiple benefits. First, you are paying yourself instead of a landlord. Second, property ownership provides stability and security. Third, you can make improvements that increase the value of your asset. In Babylon, this meant owning your home and perhaps a small garden where you could grow food. In modern times, this principle applies to home ownership, though the decision must be evaluated based on your specific circumstances and local market conditions. The core idea is that your housing situation should work for you financially, rather than being purely an expense that enriches someone else. Ensure a future income. The sixth cure addresses long-term financial security. Ensure a future income. This means preparing for a time when you can no longer work. In ancient Babylon, this might mean purchasing property that generates rental income or investing in ventures that provide ongoing returns. Today, this principle applies to retirement planning. Contribute to retirement accounts. Build investment portfolios that will generate income in your later years. Purchase insurance to protect your family if something happens to you. The goal is to ensure that you and your family are provided for, even when your working years end. Wealth is not just about enjoying money today. It is about creating security for tomorrow. Increase. Thy ability to earn. The seventh and final cure focuses on the most important asset you possess, yourself. Increase thy ability to earn. The more skilled you become, the more valuable you are, and the more you can earn. Arkad encourages continuous learning and self-improvement. Study your craft. Learn from experts. Develop skills that increase your earning potential. This principle is perhaps more relevant today than ever. In a rapidly changing economy, those who continuously upgrade their skills remain valuable. Those who stagnate get left behind. Invest in courses, books, mentorship, and experiences that make you better at what you do. Your earning ability is the engine that powers everything else. The more you earn, the more you can save, invest, and build wealth. This brings us to an important question. Of all these 7 cures, which one do you find most challenging to implement in your own financial life? Think about where you struggle most, because identifying the obstacle is the first step to overcoming it. Now, let us move to the final piece of wisdom Arkad shares, the 5 laws of gold. Beyond the 7 cures, Arkad teaches the 5 laws of gold. These are the rules that govern how wealth is built and preserved across generations. The first law states that gold comes gladly and in increasing quantity to any person who puts by not less than 1/10 of their earnings. This reinforces the pay yourself first principle. Save consistently, and wealth will accumulate. The second law teaches that gold labors diligently and multiplies for the prudent owner who finds it profitable employment. Your savings must be invested wisely to grow. The third law states that gold clings to the protection of the cautious owner who invests it under the advice of those wise in its handling. Seek expert guidance and protect your capital from loss. The fourth law warns that gold slips away from the person who invests it in businesses or purposes with which they are not familiar or which are not approved by those skilled in its keep. Do not invest in what you do not understand. The fifth law declares that gold flees the person who forces it to impossible earnings or who follows the alluring advice of tricksters and schemers. Avoid get-rich-quick schemes and unrealistic promises. These 5 laws work together as a complete system. Follow them, and wealth will come. Violate them, and wealth will escape you. The final lesson: take action. The most powerful message in The Richest Man in Babylon is this: these principles work, but only if you apply them. Knowledge without action is worthless. You can understand every principle in this book perfectly, but if you do not start saving 10% of your income today, nothing will change. If you do not control your expenditures, make your gold multiply, and continuously improve yourself, you will remain exactly where you are. Arkad was once a poor scribe, no different from anyone else. What separated him from the crowd was not luck or special talent. It was his willingness to learn these principles and apply them consistently over time. Wealth is not built overnight. It is built coin by coin, decision by decision, day by day. Start where you are, save what you can, learn as you go. The path to wealth is open to anyone willing to walk it. If you found this summary valuable, subscribe to this channel. We upload a new book summary every single day to help you learn and grow. And if you appreciate the work that goes into these summaries, clicking the like button helps us understand what content resonates most with you. The wisdom of Babylon awaits your action. Start today.